Okay, everybody, I wanted to demo a little bit of hardware today. I've got a game stick, which is also a Bluetooth controller that you can pair to your PC as well. I've also got this Xbox 360 controller for button comparisons. It has the normal button layout that we've all become accustomed to today, with the ABXY, the two analog sticks, a D-pad, plus the L and R 1 and 2 buttons. Normal fare nowadays. And over here we have the game stick controller. Similar setup. We have the analog sticks, also have the little clicky buttons for additional input. Pretty responsive. The L and R keys up at the top, and the ABXY. Of course, we have a D-pad and other things like that. It feels pretty good in the hands, but unfortunately we don't have any of those analog keys like the 360 has. So what we'll need to do is just be a little bit creative when we remap all the keyboard commands and mouse inputs to Joy to Key, which is another application that I'll have in the description. So just keep in mind this is more of a proof of concept video and not a tutorial, although I will have links in the description for some source files and utilities to make this happen. So here I am in the forest next to my home. Just gonna chop down the tree here. Show off that the controls are pretty good once they're remapped. I got it pretty close to what it is on the 360 and PS3. I'm assuming it's very similar to those playing on the PS4 and the Xbox One, but unfortunately since I don't have current gen consoles, I can't make that comparison. But yeah, you can see here I'm scrolling through. This is the thing where I mentioned that you need to get a little creative. There are no L and R keys, the analog ones, to be able to use for how do they map it? Action and use. So since there are essentially two keys missing, I swapped it to the D-pad down at the bottom. I use left to scroll left through my inventory, and I use down to scroll right. So every now and then you'll see me switch back and forth from the left analog stick to the bottom D-pad. And, like I said, you just gotta be creative. It's pretty comfortable once you get used to it. Here you can see I'm using the action key. I am knocking down some of the grass and leaves. Just doing up some cleanup here for the wood that I took. And I also have that apple for later. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to have the source file for my key mapping that I have, plus a link to Joy to Key out on the web, so you can get all this done on your own. Wanted to also mention that you don't have to have a game stick. I mean, you can do this with pretty much any other Bluetooth controller, and other things too. Like I've got a Wii Classic controller connected to a USB adapter. So, sky's the limits. Just depends on how much time and effort you want to put into it. But in this case, my files will be for the game stick in particular. So here we are. I am, just trying to move stuff in and out of my inventory. You can see that I just walked in, open door, close door, using the use key. Pretty good to do. Here I am. I'm moving my trees, my saplings, and some sugar canes over to my chest. Now I do have the mouse inverted. It's the way I play. So unfortunately, when you switch to screens like this, up isn't up and down isn't down. They are reversed. So that took a little bit of getting used to. Here I am switching over to the crafting table. I'm going to turn these hunks of oak wood into planks. I'm going to go through my inventory down at the bottom, switch to the apple, and there I go, got some of my hunger back. As you can see, switching in and out of camera views and everything else, everything's pretty good. Like I mentioned, it's not perfect, but maybe I'll be able to make some changes in the future source file for my key mappings. So there you have it, everybody. You can actually get your console on your PC version, best of both worlds. And this is Fred with Game Blips, signing off.